In a world that's just overflowing with information, there's one skill that's become, well, as essential as reading and writing. Today, we're diving deep into data literacy and how it can help you make sense of it all.
You ever feel like you're just swimming in a sea of information? Every time you scroll, every time you click, it's like this new wave of numbers and charts and stats just washes over you. It can be totally overwhelming, right?
I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine we're standing in the biggest, most incredible library ever built. But there's a catch. Every single book from every shelf has been just tossed onto the floor. It's a total mess. How on earth do you find what you're looking for in a place like that?
Well, what if you had a guide? Someone who knows the library inside and out, who can walk you through that mess, find the exact book you need, and help you understand what's actually inside. That, in a nutshell, is data literacy. It's the key to turning all that chaos into real, useful knowledge.
So here's our game plan. We'll start by properly defining what data literacy is. Then, we're going to explore why it's so powerful. After that, I'll give you a kind of digital toolkit you can use, and finally, we'll talk about how you can start your own journey.
All right, so let's get right to it. What exactly is this skill? This thing that helps us sort fact from fiction and bring a little order to all that chaos.
Put simply, data literacy is just the ability to read, understand, create, and talk about data in a way that makes sense. And look, this isn't just for statisticians or data scientists. It's for everyone. It's for anyone who wants to make smarter choices, whether you're, picking a new phone or trying to figure out if a news story is legit.
This, right here, shows you the difference perfectly. On one side, you have an assumption, basically a shot in the dark. On the other, you have a decision that's based on actual evidence. That's the power of data literacy in action. It's the difference between guessing and knowing.
So what really happens when you start thinking like a data librarian? Well, you'll find that having a data-literate mind comes with some pretty amazing benefits. Think of them like superpowers.
It really boils down to 4 key things. You'll seriously sharpen your critical thinking skills, you'll make way better decisions, you'll be much more prepared for today's job market, and you'll learn how to use data in a responsible way.
First up, critical thinking. Someone who's data literate doesn't just see a chart online and accept it. They question it. They ask things like, okay, who collected this data? How'd they get it? Could there be any biases here? It's about looking under the hood, not just at the shiny paint job.
And when you have solid evidence, you can just make smarter choices, and often faster ones too. For instance, healthcare professionals use patient data all the time to spot trends and figure out which treatments work best. It's all about swapping out guesswork for really informed strategy.
Now, what about the job market? This is a big one. Being data literate isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's pretty much a must-have. A staggering 90% of industries, from marketing to finance to healthcare, rely on data. To really succeed today, you've got to speak the language.
Okay, so maybe you're on board. You're thinking, this is important, but how do you actually become data literate? The good news is, it's not about becoming some math genius overnight. It's really about mastering 4 core skills.
I want you to think of this as your own personal librarian's toolkit. Inside, there are 4 essential tools: interpreting and analyzing, questioning the quality, visualizing the story, and then communicating what you found.
Step 1 is all about looking past the raw numbers. A spreadsheet isn't just a grid of cells, it's a story that's waiting to be discovered. Your job is to find the patterns, the trends, the little clues that reveal what's really going on.
Now, not all data is created equal, and this is super important. A good data librarian is always a bit of a skeptic. They always question the source. Was that survey only sent to happy customers? That could totally skew the results, right? This critical eye is your absolute best defense against being misled.
You know the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, in the world of data, a good chart is worth 1,000 spreadsheets. Turning numbers into a visual makes it so much easier to understand, not just for you, but for anyone you're trying to explain it to.
And finally, the last piece of the puzzle, storytelling. Finding a great insight in the data is useless if you can't explain it to anyone else. The goal is to build a clear story that explains not just what the data is saying, but why it actually matters.
Okay, we've defined data literacy, we've explored its power, and we've opened up the toolkit. Now it's time for you to start your own journey.
Ultimately, data literacy is all about transformation. It's the skill that lets you walk into that chaotic, messy library of information and build your own organized collection of knowledge. It's how you turn all that noise into a clear signal. The tools are right there for you. The data is literally all around us, holding these incredible stories about every part of our world. So, the only question left is, what story are you going to tell? Hey, if you found this guide to our messy information library helpful, maybe share it with someone else who might be feeling a little lost in the stacks. And of course, like, share, and subscribe for more explainers on the skills you need to thrive today. Thanks for watching.